Now I'm going to be giving you some tips to prepare yourself for this brand new update, which should be dropped by the time this video comes out. They normally drop it around 3 o'clock, I think. So we should have a new update today. Sometimes it does get a little bit delayed and ends up coming out on a Thursday. I think once we had it where it was about 4 or 5 days delayed, but that rarely happens. But it should be out today, or if not, tomorrow, obviously depending on time zone. So these are my kind of top, I say top 5 just because it makes a better title, but these are some top tips to prepare yourself for today's update. Now, one of the most important ones is obviously saving stamina. Now, I know you've only got a day, but just bear this in mind for future updates as well, what the advice I'm going to give you. So if you go into the trial, what you have is the event trials. Now, it dawned on me that these seem to be coming out before updates drop, so you get a lot more stamina and things like that. So maybe that's kind of the way they do it. They make these sort of lead up to updates, because obviously this will be out when the update's out, and it's nice because what that means is that you should be able to start to fill your stamina up, ready. Oh, hang on, why haven't I got any volume? Ready for the actual update. So that's going to be very, very important. So now I've just got 600, about 700, 800-ish more stamina from that. Of course, if you can do the harder ones, do it. So that's important to do. Make sure you're saving up your stamina from the event trials and just doing, I normally do 50, 50, 100 every day. So I've been doing that for the last few days. So I'm saving up 26,000 stamina for the update to drop. Now, yes, I guess you could argue, well, if you do that, your stamina's not regaining. Yes. But what I like to do as soon as the update comes out is get myself straight to 350 so I can stay balanced in the arena and also bring Baymax up to a higher level. So tip number 1 is conserve a little bit of stamina ready for the update. Regardless if you want to work on the new character or not, it just means you can immediately jump up to the next level. So, and then tip number 2 is every single time they do an update, they don't actually address it anymore. It just happens. Maybe they don't want to say it because it's a bit of a lazy way to do updates where it's just like, here's another 5 levels. Here's another 5 levels. Here's another 5 levels. Because it's a bit of a way that they can just drop it out. And then there's things to do, like more characters to upgrade, more money to spend. It's kind of like an infinite loop, which I guess works. I'm not going to complain. But yeah, so there will be another 5 levels. So do make sure you're ready for that. Like I said, get the 5 levels in, use all your stamina. You should jump up pretty quickly. And then that means you can obviously come in and upgrade your main 5 heroes or however you sort of work for your heroes. And then number 3 is we will get a new difficulty of the port. So what I tend to do is not actually do the port. So I'll wait until this evening and then we should have a higher difficulty at the top. They tend to, again, do this every update. So it starts to scale with level. I think what they should do, in my opinion, I want you guys to comment down below on this, is give the port a bit of a rework because it's not really that useful anymore. Yes, you can get like 100,000, a couple of million gold, but that's literally like 1 skill when you're on this level. So it's not that great. I think what they should do is wipe all this difficulty nonsense and just have it scale with level, because I don't think this is anywhere near enough when there's like 100 characters in the game that every time you level up, you need to level them all up, level all their skills up. It's very difficult. So I'd like to see a bit of change in the port. But again, they will be adding a new difficulty. So do make sure you're ready for that. Again, it should be quite easy. Normally, you can just use the same team as before. The difficulty spike is never that major. So just bear that in mind. So yeah, there we go. So I like to save that, ready for when the update drops. And then we have the trials. Again, the same thing will be happening in the trials where these ones aren't changing yet. So you don't have to worry. We still have 11 days on these, which is nice because then we're able to get a few more because I'm trying to get Baymax leveled up. So the yellow will go up to a new difficulty as well. Well, all of the trials will go up to a new difficulty. And yeah, so that's kind of my things to, and it's a sort of a quick fire couple of things there for you, but I thought to myself, I've never actually kind of gone, this is what I do to get ready for updates. So it saves stamina, so you can get yourself maxed out immediately. Save the port, so you can do the hardest difficulty. Save the trial, so you can do the hardest difficulty. And obviously you have a bit of money ready, obviously, but you know, that's not too important. So those are my advice for you. Save some stamina potions, difficult in the port, difficult in the trial, level up, bang. Because they're not changing the colour yet. I don't actually know if, I can't remember, so I won't say anything yet. I can't remember if they're adding in a new promotion level, but if they do, I will bring Baymax up tomorrow so we can see what it looks like. But they're not adding a new colour yet. What I think they'll do, because yellow's gone on for nearly half a year, is they'll probably cap this off so it freezes and then do something else. But I don't know, that's what I want them to do. Because if they just go yellow, then to black, black 27 goes to gold, gold 28. It's like, it needs to stop at some point. Because in an ideal world, I can't imagine. Obviously, I know they do updates just to make money, and that's an endless money, and because it just keeps going, and then you buy stamina. But can't imagine anyone has every character maxed out. So if you got to a point where you can actually max a character out, and then there's some like special prestige system or some nonsense like that, it would be quite nice. So you can start to work on every character, and then there'll be some extra buff system afterwards. But I don't know, just a few ideas there to sort of refresh that system, and I think it would be really well. I think it'll work really well, but I want you guys to comment down below and let me know how you'd approach refreshing that system. Yeah, those are a few tips for you. The update will be dropping today. We will, of course, have the prize wall. As you can see here, it's ready. It's going to start in 8 hours. So I don't actually remember updating the game. So I thought this was still the Cinderella one when I started this video, but yeah. So everybody should have the update. So hopefully they do an actual one here, or maybe that might be next week. But either way, you've got my advice on what to do for each update, because they never tell you about the team level increases anyway. So just be wary of that and be ready, basically. So that will be good. And the same for everything. Every time they announce anything in the discourse, just check and be ready to do stamina, higher difficulty, higher level. Now, this starts in 8 hours, so maybe there will be an update. Just keep an eye out. But yeah, so basically today, also make sure that you do the prize wall, because what you don't want to do is miss a run here. Because I quite like, I know I didn't do Cinderella, but I quite like these characters. So I don't want to particularly miss out a run. So I'm kind of hyped. Yeah, I'm hyped. Look at the animation on these guys. It's awesome. There was a comment from Bill Yu, and he's obviously seen the film. I haven't seen the film, so I can't make too much of a comment. But he said he would have really enjoyed more of the fish, where they can turn into their fish self. Apparently there's a lot more to that. So they've kind of brushed that under the rug with them on their bike. But yeah, I think I agree. I would have liked to have seen a bit more of them sort of transforming to do different things. But I do like the idea of them on the bike. It's quite cool. It's quite gimmicky, but it's a cool looking new character. So I really don't have any like gripes around this character. So yeah, I'd like to see. I'm looking forward to trying these characters out, because I can see them being very, very good. So I'm hoping. Yeah, I'm hoping that they are going to sort of live up to the hype. That looks a little bit dodgy. Yeah, so I think it's cool, and I'm excited to see what they're going to be like. But I just thought I'd give you some rundowns, some tips for updates. I want you guys to comment down below. Start a little forum below. What's your guys' go-to thing for updates? What do you save on? What do you hoard? What have I missed? Comment down below and let me know. Have a brilliant Thursday, and I'll see you legends in the next one.